Hi, I'm Randall Potter from the AWS Media and Entertainment Solutions Architecture team. What you're about to see is a system that reads media contracts the way a senior attorney would, not just extracting text, but understanding structure, flagging risk, and surfacing the terms that actually drive business decisions. Media companies operate on a web of agreements: rights contracts, distribution licenses, talent deals, guild obligations. The terms governing what you own, what you owe, and what you can monetize are buried in PDFs, email threads, and archives accumulated over years. When a business decision depends on knowing whether a delivery method is specified or when a license window expires, teams resort to manual document review. That slows operations and introduces risk, especially when you're managing hundreds of contracts across territories, platforms, and talent relationships. The disciplines this touches on are broad: on-air talent agreements, film distribution licenses, commercial production contracts, marketing and sponsorship deals, sports representation, and talent agency agreements. Every one of them has terms that need to be found, understood, and acted upon. Here's what we're going to see today. First, we're going to upload a distribution agreement, a real annotated draft with handwritten markups struck through clauses and contested provisions. The system will process it page by page using Vision AI, route it through a team of specialized agents, and produce structured metadata and a risk assessment, all without a human reading a single line. Here in step 1, we're going to start by uploading a PDF, a distribution agreement that's 3 pages covered in handwritten annotations struck through clauses and contested provisions. The kind of document that would normally sit in someone's inbox for a week and trigger that manual review that we discussed earlier. The system converts each page to an image and sends it directly to the model's vision input. The model sees the document exactly as a human would: layout, formatting, and the handwriting in the margins. Here in step 2, we're going to watch the pipeline process each page in parallel. In seconds, it has identified the parties, the territory, the rights grant, the financial structure, and every annotation a human reviewer left behind, including the ones that say deal breaker. Here in step 3, the extracted text routes to a team of specialists running simultaneously. Each one focuses on a different dimension of risk. 3 findings stand out immediately. The financial base is undefined. The terms gross receipts, the number every payment calculation starts from, is used throughout the contract but never actually defined. The distributor controls revenue collection. Without a definition, the owner has no way to calculate, verify, or dispute what they're owed. The release plan is legally inoperable. The windowing schedule assumes a theatrical release window. Theatrical distribution isn't authorized anywhere in the rights grant. The entire exploitation structure is built on something the contract doesn't permit. The signature page is voided. Both signature blocks have large X marks through them. A handwritten note reads "Void as is, RP." A separate annotation asks which jurisdiction governs and whether disputes go to arbitration or court, a question the contract never answers. In step 4, the risk strategist rolls everything up. Overall posture: critical, do not sign. The output is structured, traceable, and ready to feed into a rights management system or contract database. Every finding links back to the clause and page that generated it. So what does this enable? This isn't just about one contract. The same pipeline runs across your entire archive. A talent agent can search years of on-air talent agreements to find every contract where a performer's likeness rights extend to digital platforms, and which ones are silent on AI training use. A business affairs team can pull every distribution deal expiring in the next 90 days. A sports agency can flag every representation agreement where the commission structure is tied to a performance threshold that hasn't been defined. A film studio could identify every contract in its library where the theatrical window assumption is broken before a distributor tries to enforce it. The metadata the system produces is searchable, comparable, and actionable. Contract history that was inaccessible becomes a strategic asset. Let's dive into the architecture. Under the hood, this runs on AWS. PDFs are stored in S3, an event-driven pipeline with an S3 trigger, simple queue service for back pressure, a dispatcher lambda, invokes an Amazon Bedrock Agent Core runtime agent for each document. The runtime agent handles the full pipeline internally: page conversion, parallel vision extraction using a Claude model on Amazon Bedrock, specialist dispatch via a thread pool, risk synthesis, and structured output back to S3. The specialist agents are purpose-built for media industry contract disciplines such as financial terms, rights clearance, talent and guild compliance, regulatory compliance, and handwriting analysis. Each one is independently configurable. You can enable or disable specialists based on contract type, or add new ones as your needs evolve. The glossary layer grounds the agents in industry-specific terminology, ODRL rights expressions, guild agreement structures, territory definitions, and platform-specific licensing norms. Media companies have always known their contracts contain risk. The problem has been finding it fast enough to act on it. This system changes that, turning document review from a bottleneck into a background process, and turning contract archives from a liability into a competitive advantage. This concludes our demo today. I hope this finds you well, and thank you for watching.